Cooking with Carolyn. My name is Carolyn Marks, and my assistant today is Sabrina.
Hello, everybody.
Today we will be cooking for you fried cabbage with a little butter and some vegetables. The vegetables include garlic, onion, and today we're using red onion. And we have a variety of tomatoes that Sabrina has over there and that I have here cut up. So, the first thing you need to do is you need to melt some butter. And I have some melted right here. So as Sabrina cut up some more cabbage and the tomatoes and herbs, I'm going to ask her to pass me the seasoning.
Okay.
Thank you. You use 2 tablespoons of salt, 2 tablespoons of blackened seasoned with garlic powder, and you make sure you use fresh garlic. Just in case you don't have any at home, you should know at Kansas City, Kansas Community College, we have a farmer's market. So all of these things you can buy right here in Wyandotte County at your convenience, and it's good for you. So what I'm going to do is, as you can see, the butter has melted a little bit. So the next thing you do is you take the cabbage and you just put it in there and a little at a time and stir it up. As Sabrina's cutting there, I want you to know that I keep the core. The core of the cabbage has the most nutrients in it, and it is so good. And most people throw it away. Did you know that?
I did.
Yeah, they usually throw it away. I just never understood why.
Okay.
And show them the core.
So the core is very hard. I was just going to ask you, did you want me to cut it and discard it, or what did you want me to do? But that was a very nutritional fact.
Cool, yes.
Good.
Cut it. You might want to cut it a little smaller.
Okay.
As you notice, I'm adding the cabbage a little bit at a time because you want it to get really nice and buttery.
Is there a certain time frame that the cabbage cooks? How long?
Yes, actually, you do not want your cabbage mushy, you know? You want it to have some texture to it. So, I would say cook it maybe 10 minutes, check it. I always like a fork check. Easy way. Fork checks are good for potatoes and any kind of vegetable, just to see how soft it is.
What temperature do you cook it on? High or low or anything like that?
Actually, you put it on like a medium-high heat.
Okay.
And you keep an eye on it because you're going to add your ingredients one at a time, and that gives them a chance to get all savory and juicy. I can see that Sabrina's over here cutting the core into these little pieces, and you can eat this raw, and it's very good for you. What do you think coleslaw is? But we'll have that for another show.
So the tomatoes, that you want me to do anything in these?
Actually, yes. Why don't we take the cabbage and we'll place it in that plate. And then as we put the tomatoes over here, we can talk about the different kind of tomatoes that we're adding to the dish. And if you remember, and if you've been watching us, last month our theme was tomatoes. So you will learn as you tune into Cooking with Carolyn, we add on and add on. Our first month was onion. Our second month was tomatoes. And this month is greenies. Greeny, greeny, greeny. Greens, mustard, turnip, collard, spinach, cabbage, green leaf vegetables are so good for you. If you're anemic, you low on iron, get any and every little bit of green vegetable you can in your body. I just show you how to make it fun and tasty because you want it to taste good. So, as I'm stirring this in here, the first type of tomato we have is just the regular tomato. You will notice it's the regular smooth roundness to it. It's just smaller than a large tomato, but it's packed with juice. If I was to cut into this, it might squirt out to you, America. The next tomato that we have, this is a brown cherry tomato. It's so juicy and it's so flavorful, and it has a lot of seeds. And if you want less seeds, you get more of an orange or a yellow tomato. They're milder and they have less seeds. So it's pretty much your preference of how you want it to taste. Today we're going to add all kinds. One thing I wanted to let you know that I don't have here today is that there's a tomato that's big like this, but it looks brown like this. And if you see that in your stores, it's called a purple Cherokee. Purple Cherokees are not ready yet, so we don't have them today. But they are a native of the South. It's hard to get them up here, but they're very, very good. So, as she cut the tomatoes up in small pieces, I'm going to stir the cabbage in here. As you can see, it's nice and buttery. It's all covered. It's shiny. You know that every piece is covered, and you want it that way. Next thing I'm going to add, oh, I got to eat every little bit. The next thing you want to add is the onion. Onion is so flavorful. You want to marry the onion with the cabbage before you add anything else. So, I'm going to add the onion next. And if you haven't noticed, I have not added salt. I'm going to tell you why. The reason you don't add the salt now is because, have you ever had a fresh tomato right out the garden?
They're very delicious.
What do you like to put on it?
Salt and pepper.
Exactly. Same thing when you cook it. Because when you add salt to the tomatoes, it sucks out the juice. So we're going to do the same thing today. So that's why we're not going to add the salt until we add the tomatoes. So you add the onion. And you get it nice and stirred in there. How are the tomatoes going?
Good.
Great.
Very juicy.
I wish you could smell it. Now, that's all nice and covered. Now, we're going to add the tomatoes. As you notice, they're all kind of tomatoes, all different flavors. Robust. I wish you could taste it, America. Now, while the tomatoes are on top, before I stir it, I put the salt. It goes right on the tomatoes. If you notice, the other seasoning, I'm not adding yet. I don't want them to interfere with the salt.
Okay.
And the blackened seasoning with the garlic powder already has black pepper in it. As you can see, it's starting to come together.
It's very colorful.
And very tasty. Remember the butter?
Yes.
Did I mention butter?
Yes.
Okay. Now that that's all seasoned, the last thing is the garlic. Nice little minced sides. You just kind of spread it around. Put your dirty dishes in the sink. Remember, folks, clean as you go. Stir that in, and last but not least is your blackened seasoning with your garlic. And you shake it around here, and that's it. And you just stir it up, and you put it on, and you're good to go. Hi, welcome back to Cooking with Carolyn. I'm Carolyn Marks, and this is Sabrina.
Hello.
The assistant for today. I'm glad you're back. While we wait to taste the butter, cabbage, and veggies, we're going to make a salad. This salad is very simple. It just has tomatoes, onion, seasoning, ground cherries, and we're gonna get into that a little later, because I'm sure you never heard of them or taste them. And we're gonna have a cucumber. I just picked this cucumber off the campus right here at KCKCC Community College. So Sabrina has been so nice and has been chopping up tomatoes for you. So when we come back, that you can try them. So as we administer the salad, I'm going to have Sabrina to go ahead and to chop this cucumber the way we're going to chop it, because you might need to notice this, cut off both ends.
Okay.
And then, at your very best, cut it in half. It makes it simpler. The reason we are cutting it in half is because it has a small curve.
Okay.
And then once you cut it in half, slice it down the middle. This keep you with nice bite-sized pieces, and you can get the flavor from the skin and the big juicy seeds on the inside. Cucumber seeds are so juicy, it's like you're drinking a nice fresh water of nature.
I love
Notice-
water.
It's
It's
good.
very good.
Notice Sabrina has them face down. That is the proper way to cut cucumbers. So as she sliced these in a 1/4 of an inch size, I'm going to add the tomatoes to our dish here. She did a great job. So what I want to do is, I think I'm going to use this spoon and put them on here. I want the juice. You want the juice. So you just kind of slice it down. And you want to have it so pretty and presentable for guests and family and friends, holidays. They will love you for this. And if you didn't notice, or if you didn't know, tomatoes make their own juice. See how pretty and shiny that is? And we're going to place the rest over here for later.
When is the best time to plant a tomato?
Well, you know, here in Kansas City, Kansas, we have all 4 seasons. We have winter, spring, summer, and fall. That gives us an advantage when we're dealing with gardening, because like people in Texas, tomatoes are their friend because they're a hot crop, hot weather crop. Hot weather crop means it loves heat. Hot weather veggies are tomatoes, okra, things of those nature. Cold weather crops or cool weather crops are your green leafy things, which is our theme this month. Lettuce, turnips, and mustard greens, and arugula, which is a lettuce that tastes like pepper. It's so good. Onions, which go in both seasons. Garlic is the only thing you grow over winter.
Okay.
So the best time to answer your question for tomatoes is hot time. I would say May to August.
Okay.
I like putting mine in April because, you know, the weather is pretty warm then, and by the time they get about yay high, they're ready to put in the ground.
Did you want me to cut these?
I think those are perfect.
All right.
So what we're going to do now for this display of this tomato, red onion, cucumber salad is, while I take the cucumbers, I'm going to display them around the dish. I'm going to ask Sabrina to cut up some red onion. So I'll move this over and she will demonstrate how to cut the red onion. You cut off both ends, just as you did the cucumber. Then cut down the middle, just as you did the cucumber. Then, what you do is notice it's flat down. That's very safe and very good. You do slices like this, but not to the end. So make some slices like that. Don't go all the way to the end. Very good. And then you turn around and you
This one?
Turn around the way where you, yes, turn around that way and you cut it.
All right.
I got a special ingredient in the salad today. Most people have had cucumber and tomato salad. Who hasn't, right?
Right.
Well, red onion just makes it sweet. But today I'm going to introduce you to something new. Remember I said you probably have not tried a ground cherry? This is a ground cherry. Notice it has a beige color to the skin. It's naturally covered. And you just peel it. And there's your ground cherry. We're going to add these to the salad, and they're very sweet. So I think we pretty much got the salad together. We're going to keep putting the cucumbers around.
And when did you plant the cherries?
The ground cherries, that's a good question. The ground cherries, they grow in warm and cold weather, so like in between. I would say put them in March. By this time of year, they're booming. So I'm going to just slice this around. I have some special guests here today. They're my grandchildren. Their name is Jose and Holly. And today, I'm going to let Jose and Holly try some of this good food with us, so kids at home can know you can eat healthy and you don't have to worry about the taste. I'm going to take some of these onions, and we're just going to take them and sprinkle it right over here. Then, we're going to take a couple of ground cherries and put them on each end. We have one there. A little salt.
It's so pretty and colorful. Looks like it's very delicious.
A little dressing.
All the smells are gathering together.
And there's your tomato and cucumber, red onion with the ground cherries. So Jose and Holly, come on over and let's try some stuff. Say hi to the world. Come on over.
Hi. Hi.
All right, you guys want to try some stuff? Sabrina, why don't you put some of the tomato and salad on there and some on here, and I'm going to get, remember our cabbage was ready. Mmm. Look at that, world. Mmm. Going to take a little bit of the cabbage, the seasoning on there. Okay, let's switch places. We'll put a little cabbage. You ready to try?
Yeah.
Now, let's put it over here. First, you try the ground cherry by itself. There's one for you, and there's one for you. Try it and tell me what you think. You like it?
Do you want to share?
We have it for you.
It's
Okay.
good.
It's good? You like it, Mama? Okay. Let's try the cabbage.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Smells so good.
Hold it. What do you think? Oh, you licking your lips. You like cabbage?
It tastes good too.
It's good. What do you think?
It's really good. It's always good.
Easy.
Like pasta.
Oh, it does? Good.
The tomatoes.
Easy, fun, simple, very few ingredients. Thank you for tuning in to Cooking with Carolyn, and we'll see you the next time where we'll have more greens. See you later, everybody. Say bye.
Bye.